Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing well. I hope this video finds you in the best form of iman and health. It's your girl Nas Ayan back with another video. For my new subscribers, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing well. For my returning subscribers, you guys are the best. You keep on motivating me to do better, and with that, I am so grateful to have you guys here with me today. So today's video will be talking about Ramadan routine. What are some of the things you can do to make your Ramadan productive? What are some of the things you can do to make your Ramadan one of the best Ramadans that you can be able to reflect upon? So, with that said and done, let's dive into the video. But before we dive into the video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and do everything that is needed to make this video good. So, yeah, let's dive into the video. For you to be able to witness the 30 special days, it means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has answered our prayers to Allahumma balighna Ramadan. Oh Allah, may we reach the blessed month of Ramadan, because there are so many people, whom have not reached this month of Ramadan, who loved to be among the people who benefited from this Ramadan, and which means that if you are among the people who benefited, who are seeing now the month of Ramadan, it means that you are supposed to ponder over these 30 days. You're supposed to make it as special as it can. You're supposed to make it like create good habits that can be able to benefit, and you can be able to have a productive Ramadan. So let's start with suhoor. So for you to have a good amount of, for you to have a special, not special, for you to have a good suhoor and to be able to wake up for suhoor, you need to wake up for tahajjud first of all. And for you to wake up for tahajjud, it all depends on your sleeping schedule, because the moment you don't, after tarawih now, the moment you don't sleep at that moment, or after some few minutes after eating at that moment, and you sleep at around 1 a.m. and 2 p.m. and 2 a.m., you are supposed to be waking up at tahajjud at 3 a.m., right? Because people start to eat suhoor at 4:30 to 5. Yeah? So I recommend you to wake up at 3 a.m. so that you can be having an allocated time, because this Ramadan, it's part of creating new habits that will make you productive. Yeah, I know Ramadan, like, we have a little bit of few hours to sleep, but I am so sure that if you make it productive, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be able to forgive you, will be able to answer your du'as more proficiently. And the moment you strive to do good, to create new habits, it's the best time ever. So wake up at 3 a.m. So it means from 3 a.m. to 4 p.m. From, I don't know why I'm saying p.m., so I'm sorry about that. From 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., you will be having an allocated time to pray tahajjud. And tahajjud, let me tell you, is one of the best times to wake up if you have problems with family, if you have problems with your children, if you have problem with work, if you have problem with your studies. This is the best time to wake up and talk to Allah. Make a habit to talk to Allah. It's the best time whereby you don't have anything to think about. You don't, there are small people, limited people who are inside the house. You don't have distraction. You don't have anybody to call. You don't have anybody to near. And the best time also, when, because the month of Ramadan is at the time that shaitan is closed, so it means that you won't be having any distractions at all to tell you, oh, you're supposed to do this, or you're supposed to do that, or you're supposed to do this. So whenever you wake up at 3 a.m., do your wudu and have your space cleaned, like being able to have your musalla spread out, being able to have your tusbah, being able to have your mushaf. The night before you sleep, it's a game changer, because you will be knowing, before you sleep, you will be knowing very well, my musalla is spread out down, my mushaf is there, and my tusbah is there, and I won't be able to be looking for it. And you know very well, allocate that small corner that you know that every single time I will be praying there, because what did we say about Ramadan? It's about creating new habits, and you, yes. So whenever now you have prayed, now the thing is that the game changer that I saw a video of another girl that shared was have have a journal, a dua journal that you will write. Let me tell you why it's a game changer, and I saw it so vividly well because there are so many du'as that I wrote down, be it study wise, be it job wise, be it anything. I wrote it down, and let me tell you, 1 year or some 6 months down the line, when I opened that dua journal, I saw that there are some du'as that I asked Allah, and they came true, and that is one of, like, it's a game changer. Always journal your du'as down that you want to ask in the month of Ramadan, so that it becomes much easier for you. It becomes much easier for you to know what exactly you want to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah is Ghafurur Rahim, like He is the most merciful, He's the most gracious. And the moment you ask Allah, you say Ya Azizu, Ya Jabbar, I know, like, Allah is definitely going to answer you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I am what my servant thinks I am. So the moment you think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to answer your du'as, be open, talk to Allah, make a habit to talk to Allah about everything. Let me tell you, talk to Allah about everything. Allah is Ghafurur Rahim. He is the most merciful. He is so kind. I don't know why I'm becoming emotional about talking about this, because there are so many times, like, you feel like you need a shoulder to cry on, and there's nobody who will understand. But the moment you put your head down and you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to alleviate the pain that you're going through, it's a game changer. So whatever you do, allocate that time for tahajjud, so that you will be able to talk to Allah. So when you talk to Allah now, I'm so sorry about that. So the moment now you talk to Allah and you've already prayed you can be able to pray the 3 rak'ahs. You can be able to pray now, depending on the amount of prayers that you want to pray. So when you have already prayed, now your tahajjud, make a lot of your du'as. Talk to Allah about anything that is bothering you in your life, that you need Allah to alleviate that pain. And another thing that you can do during now that allocated time is that read your Quran. Being able, like, to read a portion of the Quran, you can be able to start reading your juz, because, like, if you read one juz per day, that's better. If you can read more, that's better. If you can read also more of it, that's better. So what you do is that you have already spreaded your Quran there, so read a portion of the Quran. And when you've read now the portion of the Quran, do your adkar. Now you have, remember, we say that you already have the beginning of the night, the night, you already have your tusbah, you already have your Quran, and you already have your musalla ready there. So it's much easier for you now to be able to make adkar, make astaghfirullah, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, Allahu akbar. You are able to repeat over and over and over, pondering. And the other thing, that it's a game changer, know what you are saying, because now you're saying alhamdulillah, you're saying, like, how grateful you are. When you're saying subhanallah, now you're praising Allah, like how merciful He is, how merciful He is. And when you're able to say subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanallah al-azim, because these are some of the two words, that the two kalimas, that they are so light on the tongue, they are so heavy on your deeds, they are the most loved in the side of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the moment you know what you are saying, is a game changer. So now you have already prayed your Tarawih. Now let's come to Suhoor. Suhoor now is the pre-dawn meal. So for the people who like to miss Tarawih, Suhoor, please don't miss Suhoor, because it is so detrimental to your health and you don't know. But for you, what we said about having a good nighttime routine, it all depends on your tahajjud, it all depends on your suhoor. Because for the people who miss suhoor, it means that you slept late, and for you sleeping late, it means that by the time you sleep at 1 a.m. at 2 a.m, you cannot be able to wake up at 3 a.m and being able to make suhoor at 4 a.m and being able to miss. Now imagine, just put this in your mind. You miss tahajjud. 1. You miss eating suhoor. 2. You miss praying fajr. 3. You miss so many things that entail during that certain amount of time, and it's all about one thing: having a good amount of sleeping schedule, you know. Because this Ramadan is all about creating new habits. So always remember that you need to have, and if you're so much lazy on eating your suhoor, plan your suhoor before the night before, because you know exactly, like, when you wake up, you know exactly what you do. And the moment you eat your suhoor, you will be able to be more energetic. You'll be able to be, because suhoor, you know, suhoor is just breakfast, you know. Then the only thing you're missing towards the day of Ramadan, the only thing that you're missing is your lunch, because your dinner you'll be having as iftar. So the reason as to why I'm telling you to not miss your suhoor is that, one, the moment you miss your suhoor, you'll be feeling dizzy during the day. You will be having low blood sugars, because, and having low blood sugars, you will be having low amount of time concentrating. Your blood pressure will be going down, and there are so many things that you will be having during your day, which all just depends on you having your suhoor. So some of the things that you can do, um, some of the things you can eat during your suhoor is that having food that are high in carbohydrates and having food that are high in proteins. High in proteins, now they can be having boiled eggs or fried eggs, having lentils, making sure you eat your vitamins, like fruits, vegetables, having bread, soup, and oatmeal. And you can be able to have food that are so rich in protein, so that when you have like food that are rich in proteins, it will take time for them to digest in your body, and it will be much easier for you. So whatever you do, don't skip your suhoor, and when you want to eat your suhoor, eat your suhoor. Also, the thing that you can be able to eat, and also the Prophet ﷺ recommended, is dates and milk and water. When now it's almost nearing towards the end of your suhoor. So the thing now, you have already now eaten your suhoor, right? Now it comes now to fajr. There are so many people, whenever you eat your suhoor, you want to go back to sleep, and the moment you go back to sleep takes you away. So the moment you're waking up is the moment that, sorry about that, the moment the sun has already risen. So it means that the fajr has already passed you. So what you can be able to do is that, find something to do. So what you can be able to do is that, bring your Mus'haf now, continue from the juz that you have already read from your tahajjud time. Allocate that time to spread out your musalla and read the portion of the Quran until now the sun rises. So read your adkar. The other thing that you can be able to do is that, read your morning adkar. The moment you read your adkar, it's a game changer. And this is some of the habits that I did. I did during this month of Ramadan, but recently, reading my adkar, and I came to realize that I am so much calm when I read my morning adkar, my evening adkar, and when I'm sleeping, my adkar. They are so many. They are important, and there are so many apps that will remind you to read your adkar. So read your adkar during that time. So when now the sun has risen, you can be able to take a nap. Now that is the time that you can take a nap. Now when you take a nap, you wake up now maybe around 8 or 9 a.m. or at 10 a.m. depending on if you have classes, if you have work, and if you have like some things to do. So this Ramadan, like, it's all about like allocating time for each goal. That's another thing you're supposed to do. Allocate time for each goal. So whenever now you wake up from now you nap, um, allocate no, no, do create small habits, which means that maybe creating your bed. And when you created your bed, the moment now you've created your bed, come now start reading the Quran, because this month is the month of pondering about the Quran, because شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات. So this is the month where the Quran was brought down. So pondering over the Quran more and more and more, it will just be so beautiful, and you will be finding it reading the Quran more productive for you to read the Quran, and it will be much easier for you. So read your Quran. So when you've already read your Quran, it will be now around 10 a.m. Yes, so from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. now you can be able to like do your routine now, like be it skincare routine, be it like cleaning up your space, be it like all of that. Now when it reaches at 11 a.m., the thing that I want to tell you guys is that this is a secret. The thing that I want to tell you guys is that improve now, in because it's Ramadan, you'll be doing a lot of ibadah, so which means that you will be praying, you'll be adding a lot of sunnah prayers. So sunnah prayers at 11 a.m. you can be able to pray salatul duha. So what I do is that I have my alarm in my phone, so every time 11 reaches, because this is discipline. This Ramadan is all about discipline and productivity. Have your 11 a.m. salatul duha praying. So whenever that alarm rings, you make dua and come and pray the 2 rak'ahs. When you've already prayed your 2 rak'ahs, now the thing you can be able to do is that start to allocate. Now if you allocated the time for learning a dua, you can be able to let me show you guys this book. This is a Hisn al-Muslim. I think most of you guys have seen it. So it has like so many du'as that are inside here. Ponder it over, and there's so many. You can be able to find the meaning in the Google. Yes, so write it down, because that is some of the habits that you can create. Because this Ramadan, what did we say? Allocating time for each goal and creating new habits. Learn 1 or 2 du'as each and every day. And the other thing you can be able to do as well is that having the 40 hadith. So each day you will be learning 1 hadith and 1 du'a, which I know, like, it's having to learn like 1 du'a and 1 hadith, like it's so little, yes, but looking down, like, it is a habit that you never created, and it will be so good. So create that habit. So 11 a.m. you can be able to, now you've already read the Quran, you have learned 1 dua, you have learned 1 hadith, which makes it to tick your box now in the to-do list that you will be able to do. So when it reaches at 12 or at 1 a.m. now, you will take a break. When you take a break now, it will be reaching at around 1:10. 1:10 we usually pray Dhuhr. Yes. So the moment, this is some of the things that you're supposed to do. Praying, having to pray your salah in time. When it reaches at 1:10 a.m. The other thing is that if you don't have like a masajid next to you, have a masajid next to you, so that you can be able to, not having a masajid next to you, having an alarm next to you, so it can remind you when 1:10 reaches, you pray your salah in time. So that's some of the things that you can be able to do. So when it reaches from around 1 a.m. to around 2 a.m. before now the time for making iftar reaches, what you can be able to do is that tune in to your favorite sheikhs. And the thing is that what I love about so many different YouTube that I watch. One is Umar Suleiman, the Yaqeen Institute. Like they have the juice. They what is it called? They segregate all of the, if it's like today is day 6, they have like day just 6. If it's day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, they have all of the juice in the Quran. And the other thing you can be able to do is that listen to Mufti Meng. There is a channel called One Path Network. Like they have a lot of Ramadan content there. Learn about learn about learn about learn about you're like having a deep contemplating of your relationship with Allah, which means that you learn about more about Islam, more about learning a deen, and you're not being able to be a stranger towards the deen. So now you have been able to like listen to one or two things in learning about. Now you say that I'm going to, the moment that now you allocate your goals, your time for your goal is that now you know from that time and that time I can be able to do that and that. Another thing you can be able to do during your day during Ramadan is that learning the tafsir of the Quran, learning the translation of the Quran, like being able to know what you read. It's a game changer. And the other thing you can be able to do is that do a lot of ibadah. And the other thing you can be able to do, I forgot, is that charity, sadaqah. Give out sadaqah as much as you can. Like giving charity in the month of Ramadan is one of the blessed and one of the most amazing things. And the other thing is that charity, it won't deduct anything from your wealth, but it will add something to your wealth. Okay, if you have like 50 shillings, if you have 100 shillings, yani the small thing you think that is small, it's so big towards the side of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So give charity like each and every single day. Allocate like 50 shillings or 100 shillings or 200 shillings, and if you can more, that's well and good. That's the other thing that I want to talk about, giving charity. Then the other thing that I want to do is that I want to tell you guys is that improve your productivity. Don't allocate your time most of it sleeping. Being able to be productive, it's the best thing ever. So when it reaches around 3 a.m. now, it's now time to like prepare the iftar and all of that. So the other thing I want to tell you guys is that when the time reaches for iftar, to open your fast, always have the dua that you're going to read during the time now, before now, from the time of around the 6 to now 6:48. They are the most challenging times of all time. So what you can be able to do is that have patience, have a lot of patience. And the other thing is that pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make du'as, because they are the some of the times that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like the du'as they are the most accepted times in the du'as. So make a lot of du'as at that time. And the other thing, now when you break your fast, make sure now breaking your fast now, it will depend if you will be having a very productive tarawih. And the other thing is that you can be able to do is that during your iftar, don't start drinking stuff that drinking stuff that are carbonated, like sodas, because they are so detrimental to your health. Because carbonated sodas on an empty stomach, it will bring you like a lot of like gut health, bowel syndromes. It will be having like, you'll be irritated most of the time. And it's not having to eat a lot of fried foods, spicy foods, salty foods, high sugary foods. Because the moment you start eating high sugary foods during the month of Ramadan, you will be gaining a lot of weight. You'll be craving for a lot of sweet foods. You'll be having gut issues. You'll be having heartburns, discomfort, and all of that. Only now it depends on only now you eat iftar. So the other thing I want to tell you guys is that allocate time like to be drinking water, because all of the day you are not drinking water. So the moment you break your fast until suhoor, have like to drink 2 to 3 glasses to hydrate your body, and drink like you can be able to make like watermelon juices that orange juices. They are juices that bring your body back to hydration. Also do that. And the other thing you can be able to do is that reduce the amount of intake of salty intake foods, because the moment you take too much of salty food in your body, you will be having a lot of problems, because fast salty foods bring about cardiovascular issues now. And the other thing is that reduce your caffeine intake during iftar. During iftar, why? Because let me tell you, the moment you take a lot of caffeine during 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 Ramadan, it will be increasing a lot of it will increase a lot of insulin. Now let me take you back to a little bit of anatomy. Insulin basically is your body's way of creating glucose and being able to have uptake of glucose and to your body, so that you can be able to be more productive during your day. So the caffeine usually increases the insulin intake. When it increases the insulin intake, it increases the urine output. And the moment it increases the urine output, you will be having a lot of you'll be dehydrated, because the moment you'll be having a lot of urine input, all of the water now in your body will be coming out as urine. So the moment you cut down the caffeine intake, it will be a game changer for you. So now we are coming now for iftar. Now we have already covered now what you take and what not to take. So the moment now you open your fast, don't eat too much food at that time. Let me tell you why. You will be having hard time concentrating. You'll be having a lot of heartburns. You'll be having a lot of discomfort. You can not be able to stand for tarawih and witr, and it's all about like having the extra prayers. And let me tell you, the moment like you create time out of your life to do a lot of ibadah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be accepting your du'as also even more. And the other thing is that you can be able to do is that when you come back from tarawih, like eat now your meal, so that you can be able to be up for like 30 to 40 solid 30 to 40 minutes, so that you can be able to sleep. Sleeping, it will depend for you being able to wake up for tahajjud. So that is all what I have in this video. So I hope you benefit from this video, and yeah, with that said and done, I will see you in the next video. And if there are some of the things that you some of the topics that you guys want me to talk about, write them in the comment below, so that I can be able to see them. With that said and done, I hope this Ramadan is a Ramadan that our hearts yearn for it. Oh, I forgot. For you to have a good Ramadan, that it's a habit that I created this Ramadan, is you having a Ramadan journal. This is a journal that I bought. It's like a notebook. It's a notebook that I bought. So what you can be able to do is that write your day-to-day activities. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. It will be able to allow you to, because now today is day 6. You can see like I have not written anything there, because I usually journal my thoughts down after iftar. So the thing that you can be able to do during this Ramadan, I talked about the hadith, I talked about the du'as, I talked about now. So the good thing about having a Ramadan journal is that, you see, like I was able to get down every surah in the Quran, So I wrote down like day one I'll be reading that amount of time in in that day. So will be able it will be able it will be able for it will be my English is lost. It will allocating the time for you for each goal. It will be much easier for you like to know, okay, this day and this day I'm reading this amount, a certain amount of Quran. So the other thing you can be able to do is that learn the 25 prophets and their what they what like what lesson can you be able to learn from them. And the other thing is that you can be able to do is that learning the 99 names of Allah. This is a game changer, and knowing its meaning, so that like when you're doing your du'as, like you can be able to like say like Al-Aziz, Al-Jabbar, and you can be able to know what you want. So some of the things that you can be able to do about the dua journal I was telling you about, you can be able to write in a Ramadan journal as well. And yeah, I think another thing I want to tell you guys is that whenever for the first 10 days, like the dua you can be able to reflect about is that Rabbi Firli warhamhum wa anta arhamur rahimin. We say like, my Lord, forgive me and have mercy on me, and you are the best and the most merciful. Second 10, you can be able to say astaghfirullah rabbi min kulli dhanbi wa tub ilay, because they are the 10 days for forgiveness. So you say, I seek forgiveness from Allah, my Lord, from every sin. Then the third 10 Ramadan, you can be able to say, it's all about talking about safety from hell. So you say, Allahumma arjini minan nar. So Allah, save me from hellfire. So with that said and done, I hope this video is beneficial to you, and comment down below what you want me to talk about during my YouTube channel, and I promise to be productive. With that said and done, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.